Steven makes the time management lady go last. I feel like I'm the RA telling everybody to go to bed. But hi, I'm Kendra Adachi. I'm an author and a podcaster, and I talk about time management. I know you're so excited. You're so excited. But I hope that by the time I'm done, that you're like, oh wait, there's a new kind of time management out there that's gonna work for me. Because you still gotta get your stuff done, you know? So, you ready? Here we go, let's roll. All right, so the thing that I gotta figure out what's my what. Here we go, done, figured it out. So this is what I do. I am known online as the lazy genius, which is sort of weird to give yourself a nickname, but it works for handles and stuff. I help people be a genius about the things that matter and lazy about the things that don't. Because guess what we all know intuitively? Not everything can matter. Not everything can. I actually think that those of you in this room you have a leg up on most people because you're creative. You know you cannot master every medium. You already know that. Like if you're a painter in here, my guess is that you are not equally amazing at like watercolor and oil and acrylic, and those are the only 3 paints I know. So there we go. You know this already. And yet, we live in a world, I sound like the trailer guy, we live in a world where we are told that everything has to matter. And you have to be awesome at all of it. I'm just here to tell you there's another way. I know, I'm so excited about it. All right, so I said I'm an author. I've written a couple of time management books, riveting. I know that this is a crowd that loves those. But I'm assuming, I can see like some of you, sort of, I'm assuming you guys have read time management books. Here's my question for you. This is not an attack. This is not a trap. How many of them do you think are written by men? Somebody's read my book, 93%. Because I just heard somebody say it. 93%. Listen, there's a lot of dudes in this room. I love you, you're great. This is not a dude bashing situation. But this is one of the reasons why time management isn't working for you. Because 93% of what you are reading is from white dudes. Okay? We love them, but it means that what we're getting is woefully incomplete. It is incomplete. If you are a woman in this room, you have probably read a time management book or two, or you've looked at a couple of Instagram posts from a time management author or two. You've applied the things, you've tried to do what, this is not I don't know if you guys are old enough to be like, do what Oprah tells you at, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That was what I did when I was a kid. It doesn't matter. The problem isn't you. You think the problem is you because all of these productivity bros, these pro bros, I call them, they are telling you, just do it. Just work the plan. Figure out your ideal future and reverse engineer your way to it. They don't run their homes. They don't have periods. It's fine. So that's the first reason time management isn't working for you, everyone. Now, the second reason is for everyone in the room. There is one thing that time management books have in common. There is a goal that most of them share. And my guess is it is a goal that feels there's a tension within you. Is this really the goal? That goal is greatness. It is 10xing, leveling up, optimizing, being super efficient, being awesome at everything. If y'all have seen the video of the dude who's like, day 1 is 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Day 2 is 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is real. Day 3 is 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. And he says, these you idiots out there who think that there's only 24 hours in a day, I've got 3 days on you. I'm like, weirdo, what are you doing? Bless him. He is a child of God, and I'm so glad. We all do dumb stuff. But that's what we're after, y'all. That's what everybody is telling us to go after, is to be awesome at all the things. Be great. That's like the literal American dream. It is. Think about it. Potential. This is a place where your dreams come true. Now, this is a room of people that probably you do have maybe some big dreams. What a cool thing if somebody famous buys your art. That's so rad. Jennifer Garner once told me that she liked my book. I know. I freaked out. Apparently, I get really high when I freak out. But as you have heard all evening long, what's the point? I don't think it's this. Unless we're pointing to the this of someone bigger than us. Okay. I am literally talking about time management here. I know. Here's what I want us to actually focus on instead of greatness. What if we orient our time around contentment? Yeah, I know. I was hoping I'd get a come on. I'm kidding. I think that people who value creativity, spirituality, and curiosity, which is this room, also value contentment. It's not contentment to the exclusion of trying to be really great at what you do. This is not about like, well, ho-hum, you can't be excellent, stop trying. It's also not contentment about how things are. It's not a contentment around the oppressive systems that we encounter. It's not a contentment when I stand next to a lady at the pickup line at school, at my daughter's school, and these teachers who are woefully underpaid, and my kids go to a Title I school, so there's a lot of energy that they spend every single day. And then at the end of the day, they have to get all these children into the buses and the cars and the bikes and the roads to get home. And I'm standing there, and a lady next to me said, well, they're really disorganized today. Contentment is not letting her be quiet, just say that and be quiet towards her. To me, it's actually being like, you know what? Good is here right now, everyone. Good is here, ma'am. And I said to her, I said, I can see why you would think that, but like, they can only move as fast as the kids do. So we'll try to be patient as we stand here. I want us to change how we see this message that we're getting from these dudes who are telling us to be great at everything and orient it around something new that we are. It's a great bookend with Stephen's talk. Wholeness is a new goal. Integration as you are where you are right now is a beautiful thing. And that is more important than getting your stuff done. Because if you start from that place, you actually get more stuff done. It's true. So I want us to talk about 3 elements of contentment to hopefully prove the point that this is worth valuing. Contentment is subversive. Artists love to be subversive. Contentment is subversive. This is obvious. Why? We live in a country, really not a world. We live in a country that values more. And if we decide as a collective to be content with the jacket we have and not get the new jacket, capitalism will fall. So this is subversive. Now you can buy stuff. I'm not saying don't buy stuff. That's not my point. But this is subversive. Contentment is subversive. It is going against the grain of what you experience in your online shopping, in your kids' school pickup line, even in your own work. Because what if you have the opportunity to show your work on the biggest platform that you've ever been offered to show it, and you also know that it is out of alignment with your own priorities or your own season of life? Maybe you have a parent who is ill that you're caring for. Lots of things could get in the way of that. And you would see saying no to this if you felt it deep in your spirit that you should, because it's not the right time. But that is fighting against, this is the biggest opportunity ever. This is going to change everything. What are you talking about? You have to do it. You have to do it. You may even have well-meaning friends who say that to you. You have to do this. This is going to change everything for you. Contentment is subversive. For you to go, I think that this is enough. I think that the work I'm making and the people who are seeing it, it's good. It's really good. That's such a strange thing to say. To not want to grow and build and scale. Good Lord, I hate the word scale. Everything has to be scalable. So contentment is subversive. Contentment is also the antidote to optimization. When you start to feel the of let's get it all done, whether it's in your work, whether it's in your home, whether it's in your creative work. Some of you probably have jobs that are not, your creative work is not your job. You have lots of things that you're balancing, right? And we live in a culture, we swim in water that tells us, do it, keep swimming, go, get it all done, check it off. When you feel that way, guess what your antidote is? It's contentment. It's to stand where you are. I often do this with my hands open like this. I didn't even mean to do that as a demonstration. It was just like an automatic thing because this is what I do in my own life. And I stand there and go, good is here right now. This is good. I don't have to keep spinning. It's okay. It's okay if we just ate cheese for dinner. It's okay. That one gotcha. I would also like to say, this is true for everyone, but it is particularly true of women. Oh, I can feel tears coming. You're allowed to be mediocre. It's okay. It's okay to be mid at things. It's okay to not be an amazing cook and have a beautiful yard. And I see these people who are like, they know how to garden and they know how to, they can write poetry and they do all these things. And we see the list of other people's things that they're doing. And they're doing them so beautifully. They are offering truth and goodness and beauty into the world, as we all are given the opportunity to do. What a gift we get to do that. But when we see how other people seem to be managing the sharing of that truth and goodness and beauty, and they seem they're doing it so well, they are, to use my own language, a genius about it. And we're over here, again, having cheese for dinner because you don't know how to cook a chicken, because apparently that's what everybody's supposed to know how to do, is to roast a whole chicken. You don't, by the way, it's fine. We start to measure and we're measuring the wrong thing. The ruler of this culture is so bad. It is broken. It is not measuring the right thing. You are allowed to be mediocre at some things. It's fine. Think about all of the mediocre people in the Bible that God called to do beautiful, great things. So, contentment is the antidote to optimization. And contentment is actually creative. Think about when you have, I wish I'd brought my art notebook. I should have, that would have been fun. I love to paint and draw faces, not like clarifying, not like this kind, not like face painting at a carnival. Because I said that one time at a talk, and a lady was like, where do you do that? Like in your yard? And I was like, oh, I mean on paper, like with markers and stuff. But anyway, think about when you have an artistic project, a creative project, and you have a limitation on it. Oh, man, the best ideas come when you have little to work with. It's so good. And rather than resenting the fact that you don't have the best tools or the best resources, or right now because you have a chronic illness, the best energy, rather than resenting your children, because I know some of you have. I have too. I literally heard Stephen made the joke, I want to hear the voice of God, the voice of God joke earlier. I literally did one time. And do you know what God told me? He said, quit your business because you're resenting Sam for not taking naps. Like legit. It was wild. Because I resented that I didn't have all the things I thought I should have or needed to have in order to what? Be great. So contentment is actually beautifully creative. The limitations it gives you has beautiful work. The notebook I was talking about is I had an art notebook and I had one reference picture and I drew that one face until that book was filled with just whatever I had. Some of them were terrible. Some of them were great. Most of them were mid. That was not the point. The point was how fun it was that I was limited by this one face of this one woman. It was inspiring. It was energizing. So contentment is actually really creative. Don't resent. Well, I don't want to say don't. I'm not trying to be a boss. But remember, if you resent your life, your tools, your resources, your talent, your family, where you live, the lack of a studio, the fact that other people seem to be getting opportunities and you think your work is better and it's really frustrating. When that happens, I want you to say, how many, 4 words? It's here, right? 5. Good is here right now. Good is here right now, and I'm going to be content where I am. I'll show you this really quickly. I had this as an example of limitations because one of the things that's beautiful about limitations is that you don't always know, being content with them, is you don't always know how things are going to end. You begin with one thing and you end with something completely unexpected. I want to show you some reference photos and the faces that came from them. And I just think that it's a good reminder even for me to go, you know what? I don't have to know the end for this work to matter. I can be content where I am with this process, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. I'm an Enneagram 1. I had to have a recap slide. I'm going to leave you with a poem by David Gate. I asked him to read my book, my most recent book, The Plan, which is compassionate time management if you actually do want to figure out a system for how to manage your time with kindness. It's great. But I asked him to read the book and to write a poem out of his experience of reading it. And this is the poem. This is what I leave you with. Do not let your circumstances steal you from yourself. Hustle is a useful tool to have available to see you through a season, but it makes for a terrible compass. Don't try to win a tug of war against your inner being. Treat her with kindness and patience instead, for the only measure of a good life is a contentment that steadfastly refuses to be measured at all. Thank you guys for listening.